Ms. Baker?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Tuma?
Here.
Mr. Gallagher?
Here.
Mr. Schron?
Here.
Ms. Conwell?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Ms. Brown? Council President Brady? You have a quorum.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, is there any public comment related to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. President, there is. The first speaker is Mayor Patrick Ward.
Alrighty.
Good evening, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen. I just have a small comment regarding ordinance 2017-6 with regard to the tax on plastic bags. We have a large population that depends on plastic bags in our county. We cannot be the only solution on the Great Lakes for the problems that are enumerated in the legislation. I am not a fan of litter of any type. We certainly do our part, but to put on the backs of Cuyahoga County a solution that is nothing more than a tax on the residents of the highest taxed county in the state of Ohio is an unfair burden to solve problems which are not necessarily of Cuyahoga County residents' making. I think it's bad policy. I think that there are other ways to incentivize behavior, but it can't be only on the backs of Cuyahoga County residents. So I would appreciate that consideration in your comments. And if we have to leave because we have another meeting, I apologize, but it's a pleasure standing before you. Thank you.
Next speaker is Audrey Morris.
Mr. President, Council, thank you. The League of Women Voters of Greater Cleveland would like to thank County Council, especially Sunny Simon and Dale Miller, for proposing legislation that mitigates the negative impact of disposable plastic bags on our environment and establishes an environmental remediation fund which will address critical pollution prevention, remediation, and sustainability in Northeast Ohio. We are basing our support for this on the League's strong support of environmental protection, specifically the League of Women Voters of Ohio position that solid waste from generation to ultimate disposal must be purposefully and systematically controlled by all levels of government in order to protect the environment by strengthening, expanding, and enforcing solid waste laws. Additionally, the League supports the financing of solid waste remedies by utilizing user fees. Plastic film bags pollute our oceans, pose a deadly threat to marine wildlife, clutter our landscapes, live on indefinitely in landfills, releasing toxins into the soil and water in the process, create toxic byproducts when manufactured, and are prohibitively expensive to recycle. 5 million pounds of plastic ends up in Lake Erie annually. Because of these very real environmental and economic harms and costs, hundreds of towns and cities and entire states across the United States and around the world have taken action, and these programs have proven to be remarkably effective. In summary, a county-wide fee on single-use plastic bags is a common-sense action that will help consumers and businesses to reduce unnecessary, expensive, and toxic litter and waste. Additionally, the proceeds go to an environmental remediation fund, which will be directed towards lake, river, and stream cleanups. This measure sends a clear signal that so-called free plastic and paper bags have quantifiable environmental and economic costs, and it will encourage people to use simple, practical alternatives, such as widely available, affordable, reusable shopping bags. By approving this ordinance, County Council will be taking a meaningful step to making sure that we are not leaving behind a legacy of waste for future generations. The League of Women Voters of Greater Cleveland urges Council to support this measure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fran Mensch.
Good afternoon. This comment is my own and not a statement on behalf of the Northeast Ohio chapter of the Sierra Club, but I am the co-chair of the Water Committee of the Northeast Ohio Sierra Club. The Sierra Club members and many other citizens that I know are very concerned about the condition of our lake and the low priority that conservation and cleanliness of our lake and waterways seems to have. This lack of respect and devaluation of property along the lake and our water resources sends the wrong message about the character of our community. I strongly support the proposed plastic bag legislation. We know from other communities that have implemented this type of proposal that this legislation will have positive impact on the environment and will clearly communicate our community's values and our concern for the well-being of future generations. Think grandchildren. I do not support the provision of this bill that exempts anyone in the EBT program. Excluding these individuals is demeaning to them and politically divisive. The economically disadvantaged are full members of our community. An argument can be made that the economically disadvantaged have a greater need to be involved in environmental issues, as environmental issues are public health issues, and economically disadvantaged communities are frequently targets of pollution. A local example of this poor being preyed upon with environmental pollution is the case of the Arco dump in East Cleveland. Mr. Hairston could speak to this, this is part of his area. According to the U.S. Census, in the 2015 five-year estimate, 42.6% of people in East Cleveland live below poverty level. 63.5% of children, those below 18, live below poverty level. Educating them about plastic pollution, especially educating the children in East Cleveland, may help that community stop their public officials from preying upon their poverty and lack of information. Just real briefly, what happened in East Cleveland is General Electric, Nela Park, donated land to the city of East Cleveland. The city officials, the elected officials, sold that property for, think of a figure, $120,000. They sold it to Arco, who said they were going to do recycling, and instead they turned it into a dump. When the EPA finally got involved, the estimate is that it will cost $6 million to clean up this area. So my point is that although the company that dumped the materials is supposed to pay for it, I don't know how that's going. Ding, ding.
Thank you very much.
Next speaker, Kathy Schaefer.
I'm here to comment about the plastic bag proposal. Thanks, Sunny, for endorsing, and I hope your cohorts are listening. I want the ban. I do not want it watered down to store size or persons of economic status. If Aldi's in California can do it, Cuyahoga County can do this. Just as the NRA should not be running our country, nor should the grocery store lobbies be running our county. Plastic bags are bad and must go. Aldi's gets it. It's a German company. As a final note, not only are they bad for our lake and community, but I saw a movie about the petrochemical industry that produces these bags and the people who live around these plants and the illnesses and diseases they get from it. My friend Jenny Getz here is from Slavic Village, and she wants to go on record saying she's wants the plastic bags banned as well. She's a little intimidated by this forum, so I'm speaking for her. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Liu?
Good evening. A surprise for all of you. I'm here about plastic bags too. Well, for the people who actually cannot afford to buy food, probably we really don't need to worry about paying money for the plastic bag. However, here is the problem. You only put the charges on the plastic bag that actually inconvenient ordinary people who can afford to buy food and pay for the bag. However, the serious issue is, for example, our Caracora River caught on fire before. Was that because of plastic bags? No, it was because of the long-time pollution with a heavy material like petroleum and other stuff. So we also know that plastic bag is made for those things. So how about we make the registration for those things instead of charging people only just for the bags? Believe me, that will not stop it, because for the people who can afford to buy food, they can afford to pay the fee. That doesn't really help you to actually eliminate that. If you really want to eliminate plastic bags, making other pollutions, then think about last time we had somebody here talking about in their neighborhood there's something under the ground and nobody dared to dig that out, and that actually affects everybody's health too. Those are not plastic bags. So if we really want to put the pollutions out of our community for everybody's health, maybe we should rethink about this legislation and we should build a better one. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for right now.
All righty. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes as printed on the agenda?
Second.
Moved and seconded for November the 14th, last regular meeting. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The minutes have been approved. Is there any message from the county executive?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to note, tonight is Mayor Eddie Krause's last council meeting, and I just wanted to take a moment to publicly thank Eddie for his great work and wish him great luck and success in his new position that will be forthcoming. Thank you.
You've got the county council has a walk-on this evening. In accordance with Rule 6B of County Council Rules, I need to ask for a motion to add ordinance number 020170007 to the agenda as an additional item after number 9B2 for consideration for first reading and referral to committee. Need a first and a second.
So move.
And seconded, and this legislation is, should be in front of you. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. And we will hear this legislation a little later. Consideration of resolutions of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2017-0226, approving the Metro Health System year 2018 budget in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 339.06D, with the understanding that the allocation of county funds to the system will be made through adoption of the 2018-2019 biennial operating budget and capital improvements program for 2018.
And this will be referred to finance.
Resolution number 2017-0227, approving the Metro Health System's policies and procedures to participate in one or more joint purchasing associations for the purpose of acquiring supplies, equipment, and services provided through joint purchasing arrangements in order to achieve beneficial purchasing arrangements for the year 2018 in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code Section 339.05.
And this will also be referred to finance. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions of council for second reading.
Resolution number 2017-0194, approving the appointment of Oz Azali to serve on the Cuyahoga County Soldiers and Sailors Monument Commission Board of Trustees for an unexpired term ending November 5th, 2020.
This item will move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0195, awarding a casino revenue fund grant in the amount of $875,000 to City of Berea for the benefit of the Coe Lake redevelopment project located at Coe Lake Park, John Muckle Playground, and Cuyahoga County Library, Berea Branch in the City of Berea.
And this item will move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption as well. Committee report and consideration of an ordinance of council for second reading.
Excuse me, Mr. President, at this time, may I read into the record the title of the new ordinance that was just added to the agenda?
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance number 2017-0007, an ordinance amending Section 302.01 of the Cuyahoga County Code and amending the Cuyahoga County Human Resources Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual to repeal paragraph 1.03, disclaimer, reservation of rights, and declaring the necessity that this ordinance become immediately effective. This legislation is sponsored by council members Brady, Jones, Brown, Simon, Miller, Tuma, Gallagher, Baker, Hairston, Conwell, and Tron.
And we'll refer this to Human Resources. Committee reports and consideration of an ordinance of council for second reading.
Ordinance number 2017-0006, enacting Chapter 721 of the Cuyahoga County Code to authorize a carry-out bag fee for environmental remediation.
And this item will move, I'm going to refer this to the Committee of the Whole. Legislation introduced by the executive, consideration of a resolution for first reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2017-0228, amending the 2016-2017 biennial operating budget for 2017 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations, for appropriation transfers, and for cash transfers.
Move to adopt. Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. President, my colleagues, this is the regular bi-monthly fiscal agenda. Questions were directed to OBM and answered satisfactorily. The questions and answers are on your desk. Some of the key items in the resolution are as follows: $3.8 million to purchase the Harvard Garage, $6.6 million for the Towpath Trail project, which is federally funded, $875,000 for the Coal Lake project in Berea in Councilman Gallagher's district, $1,688,000 in transfers within juvenile court using funds decertified from old contracts to meet salary and benefit costs for 2017. I recommend passage on first reading suspension.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2017-0229, confirming the county executive's appointment of Moselle T. Jackson to serve on the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities for the term January 25th, 2018 through January 24th, 2022.
Refer to HR.
Resolution number 2017-0230, authorizing the appropriation of real property for reconstruction with additional turning lanes of Royalton Road from West 130th Street to York Road in the city of North Royalton, directing the county executive through the Department of Public Works to proceed with the acquisition of real property required for public highway purposes, authorizing the fiscal officer to issue the monetary warrants to be deposited with the probate court of Cuyahoga County in an amount that is equal to the fair market value of the property for the parcels, the property owners, and the fair market value estimates as printed on the agenda.
And we'll refer this to Public Works.
Resolution number 2017-0231, making an award on requisition number 38434 to Trans Systems Corporation of Ohio in the amount not to exceed $709,061 for design engineering services in connection with rehabilitation of Hilliard Road Bridge number 08.57 over Rocky River and Valley Parkway in the cities of Lakewood and Rocky River.
This will also be referred to Public Works.
Resolution number 2017.
Yes, Councilman.
Could you add my name to this resolution, please?
Please add Councilman Miller's name to this legislation. Also, Councilwoman Baker.
Resolution number 2017-0232, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1600-270 with Highland Group Incorporated for insurance, brokerage, and risk management services for the period January 1, 2017 through December 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,445,000.
Referred to Finance.
Resolution number 2017-0233, authorizing an amendment to agreement number AG 17013 with Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office for legal services for the period January 1, 2017 through December 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $2,498,203.
Be referred to Health and Human Services.
Resolution number 2017-0234, authorizing an exemption with regard to Adelphoi Village Incorporated, Detroit Behavioral Incorporated, and Reach Counseling Services in accordance with Cuyahoga County Code Section 501.12B10, making awards on requisition number 39540 to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $43 million for out-of-home placement and foster care services for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018 for the providers as listed on the agenda.
We'll refer this also to Health and Human Services.
Resolution number 2017-0235, making awards on requisition number 39732 to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $2,120,700 for various services for the Cuyahoga Options for Independent Living Services Program for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
This will also go to HH.
Resolution number 2017-0236, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 17023 with Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry for adult guardianship services for the period January 1, 2017 through December 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $553,000.
This will also be referred to HH.
Resolution number 2017-0237, making an award on requisition number 40338 to Mental Health Services for Homeless Persons Incorporated, doing business as Frontline Service, in the amount not to exceed $1,222,993 for temporary housing services for single adults and youth for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
Refer to HH. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading.
Resolution number 2017-0201, authorizing an agreement with Village of Newburgh Heights for relocation costs for the Harvard Yard facility for the period January 1, 2018 through June 30, 2031.
This item will move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0202, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires resurfacing Pleasant Valley Road from State Road to Broadview Road in the city of Parma. Total estimated project cost, $4,944,000, finding that special assessments will neither be levied nor collected to pay for any part of the county's costs of said improvement.
This item will also move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0203, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires replacement of Stone Road Bridge number 00.98 over Hemlock Creek in the city of Independence. Total estimated project cost, $1,500,000, finding that special assessments will neither be levied nor collected to pay for any part of the county's costs of said improvement.
This will also move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0206, approving right-of-way plans as set forth in plat number M-5030 for rehabilitation of North Main Street Bridge number 00.12 over the Chagrin River in the village of Chagrin Falls, authorizing the county executive through the Department of Public Works to acquire said necessary rights-of-way.
And this will move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption as well.
Mr. President, could I have my name added to that
Will you
particular?
please add Councilman Schron's name to this resolution?
Resolution number 2017-0209, making an award and requisition number 38730 to Matrix Claims Management Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $580,200 for workers' compensation third-party administrator services for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2020.
This will also move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0210, making an award on requisition number 40216 to Medical Mutual of Ohio in the amount not to exceed $4,210,000 for stop-loss insurance services for county employees and their eligible dependents and Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
Councilman Miller?
Mr. President, my colleagues, while this item is still on second reading, I'd like to share my concerns and ask my colleagues to think about it. This resolution provides $4,210,000 in stop-loss insurance to pay medical care claims that exceed $300,000 per individual in a year. During the last 3 years, we bought such insurance for amounts ranging from $2.6 million to $3.6 million. In each of the past 3 years, we averaged 10 to 15 claims per year and received reimbursement back, ranging from $1.4 million to $1.6 million. Nevertheless, the cost for 2018 is considerably higher than we have ever paid. I'm not suggesting that there is anything improper, but there have not been multiple bidders on this contract in the last few years, and I think the vendor saw an opportunity to build in the likelihood of a large profit. I know this is a judgment call, and buying this helps us sleep better at night. However, we have not received even half of the $4.2 million 2018 cost back in reimbursements in any of the past 3 years. Nor have there been any multi-million-dollar claims over the past 3 years. Our reimbursements have been from the 10 to 15 cases per year that have exceeded the $300,000 stop-loss threshold by moderate amounts. We are about to lose $27 million a year in annual revenue and need to find cost savings. I believe there is a very favorable risk-reward opportunity here to save $2 million or so in 2018 by fully self-insuring and not doing the stop-loss contract. I ask the administration and council to think about it between now and the final reading. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. We do have 2 weeks before the 12th, and yes, we'll engage in conversation internally and see if we want to go forward with this legislation, considering the issues that you've brought up. Meanwhile, it will be moved to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0211, making an award on requisition number 40263 to Caremark PCS Health in the amount not to exceed $56,349,720 for pharmacy benefit management services for county employees and their eligible dependents and Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2020.
This will move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. We should have a bit of a long meeting on the 12th.
Resolution number 2017-0212, making an award on requisition number 40263 to Medical Mutual of Ohio, doing business as Medical Mutual Services, in the amount not to exceed $303,412,998 for group healthcare benefits for county employees and their eligible dependents and Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2020.
This will move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2017-0214, adopting the Cuyahoga County 2017 through 2022 All Hazards Mitigation Plan.
To be moved to the December 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
And resolution number 2017-0219, making an award on requisition number 40298 to Child Care Resource Center of Cuyahoga County, doing business as Starting Point, in the amount not to exceed $1,600,000 for out-of-school time services for youth for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
And this will move to the December 12th council agenda for consideration, third reading adoption. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2017-0165, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1700-154 with Case Western Reserve University for fiscal agent services in connection with facilitation of the first-year Cleveland Initiative for the period June 1, 2016 through April 30, 2019, to expand the scope of services effective April 1, 2017, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,500,000.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
Chairman, this legislation was fully vetted in committee. It was also held in committee until all members' questions were answered thoroughly and a full understanding of how these dollars will assist in decreasing the infant mortality. So I ask my colleagues to pass.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0197, confirming the county executive's appointment of various individuals to serve on the Cuyahoga County Archives Advisory Commission for the term December 1, 2017 through November 30, 2021, as printed on the agenda.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to just state that the recommended candidates came before the the committee, and I'd like to say that they were probably one of the most exceptional and elite groups of appointed candidates, respectfully requested appointed candidates that have come before the HR committee. Excellent choices. I tip my hat to County Executive Budish. I think there's still a few more seats to be filled. I'd like to also let the record reflect that Councilman Miller would like to see our former C. Ellen Connolly be considered for one of these openings. But I do respectfully request my colleagues' support in moving this legislation forward.
We all know how much the former council president cared about the archives. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0198, confirming the county executive's appointment or reappointment of various individuals to serve on the Metro Health System Board of Trustees for various terms, as printed on the agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
Again, another fine group of people that came in on November 21st before the HR committee and expressed their desire to serve on this board, and I respectfully request my colleagues' support in moving this forward.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0200, authorizing a purchase and sale agreement with Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority in the amount of $3,800,000 for the property commonly known as the Harvard Garage, located at 2501 Harvard Road, Newburgh Heights.
Move to adopt.
Seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. President, on November 16th, Public Works came before the Public Works Committee and answered all our questions on this. This deals with the consolidation of the Public Works Department, of this along with a companion piece of legislation, and it's going to be more efficient and cost savings in the long run for the county. And I would ask my colleagues to move forward with this legislation on suspension.
Favor, Councilman?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I too was very supportive of the concept of consolidation. It's going to bring our vehicles inside under a covered, contained space so that they'll last a lot longer. We're also going to be putting in filling stations out there, potentially with natural gas at some point along the way. So I think that will be an excellent way in which we can take some of the advantages like we have with the RTA, with their bus route, and have a cleaner fuel. So I think that everything about this is positive. Right at the corners of basically the crossroads of 480 and 77 give us quick access to any place in the county. Thank you.
Any other comments?
I'd like to have my name added to the legislation.
Councilman's name to the
As would I.
legislation, and Councilman Strawn, as well as Councilman Jones and Councilman Conwell. Got that?
It's Jones, Schron, Conwell.
Correct.
if I'm not.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0204, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires rehabilitation of West 41st Street Bridge number 01.05 over Norfolk Southern Railway and Train Avenue in the city of Cleveland. Total estimated project cost $400,000. Finding that special assessments will neither be levied nor collected to pay for any part of the county's costs of said improvement.
Motion to adopt. Oh,
Been moved and seconded.
At that same meeting on November 16th, Public Works came before the committee and the committee fully vetted and answered, asked questions, and they were answered to our satisfaction. And I would ask that my colleagues support this legislation moving forward.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0205, declaring that public convenience and welfare requires roadway and traffic signal improvements along Babbitt Road, East 260th Street, and Euclid Avenue in the city of Euclid. Total estimated project cost $1,102,000. Finding that special assessments will neither be levied nor collected to pay for any part of the county's costs of said improvement.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Been moved and seconded.
And, Mr. President, I would just say that during that same committee meeting, all our questions were answered by the Public Works Department, and I would ask for my colleagues' support on this project moving forward as well.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
I'd like to add my name.
Please add Councilwoman Simon's name.
Resolution number 2017-0207, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1400-198 with PERC ME Joint Venture for improvement of Pleasant Valley Road, Bagley Road, from Pearl Road to York Road in the cities of Middleburg Heights and Parma for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $600,280.52. Authorizing the county engineer on behalf of the county executive to make an application for allocation from county motor vehicle $5 license tax funds in the amount of $138,064.52 to fund said amendment.
Motion to adopt. And, Mr. President, at that same November 16th meeting, Public Works came before the Public Works Procurement Contracting Committee. And again, all questions were answered satisfactorily to the committee. This is part of an ongoing project between multiple communities in District 4, and this is additional work that needs to be done to get this project done. So I'd ask for my colleagues' support on this.
It was a very long meeting.
It was a very long meeting. It's not even the good stuff.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0208, amending resolution number 2017-0019 dated February 14, 2017, which amended various resolutions, which made an award on requisition number 30390 to Medical Mutual of Ohio, doing business as Medical Mutual Services for group health care benefits, including medical and pharmacy benefit management services for county employees and their eligible dependents, and Cuyahoga County Benefits Regionalization Program participants, employees, and their eligible dependents for the period January 1, 2015 through December 31, 2017 by changing the total amount not to exceed from $211,868,212.78 to $213,868,212.78.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
Mr. Chairman, this was heard in committee on November 21st and was presented by Ms. Woods with the explanation that this is the contract is to fulfill the needs of, I think, the regional program participants and their dependents as it relates to pharmacy and prescriptions. So I respectfully request that my colleagues move this legislation forward.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0213, making awards on requisition number 40947 to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $4,542,350 for IT hardware, software, and other peripheral items for the period December 1, 2017 through November 30, 2020, as printed on the agenda.
To adopt.
Moved and seconded.
Mr. President, my colleagues, this contract provides $4,542,000 to 5 vendors for information technology hardware. The procurement was done by reverse auction as part of the county's innovation program. 29 items were put up for bid. We obtained bids on 10 of them and multiple bids on 3. It appears that we received exceptionally favorable pricing on the 3 multiple bid items, with reductions in the range of 50% off list price. However, it is also noted that multiple bids were only obtained on about 10% of the items. There is also concern about what the impact of reverse auctioning will be on vendor participation in the future. Noting that reverse auctioning must be carefully monitored, I recommend approval of the resolution. Thank you.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0215, authorizing a revenue-generating agreement with Olmsted Township in the amount not to exceed $555,000 for Cuyahoga Emergency Communication System Emergency Dispatch Services for the period October 31, 2017 through October 30, 2020.
Move to adopt.
Moved and seconded.
Mr. President, this was heard in committee. It's yet another, a township now moving over to CCOMS to coordinate dispatch services for the township for a period of 3 years. I'd like to thank Mrs. Carney and outgoing Mayor-elect Kraus for his work, probably his last bit of work here for me anyhow, and congratulations on that. So we recommend adoption.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0217, authorizing amendments to agreements and contracts with various providers for various programs and services for youth in connection with the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act for the period July 1, 2016 through June 30, 2017, to extend the time period to June 30, 2018, and for additional funds as printed on the agenda.
Move to adopt.
Second.
And seconded.
So this matter was heard in committee, Education Committee, and it's an extension of an existing contract to allow for youth workforce job opportunities with federal dollars. Ask for your support.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0218, making an award on requisition number 40092 to Emerald Development and Economic Network Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $716,955 for the Rapid Rehousing Program for Homeless Individuals and Families for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
Move to adopt.
Moved and seconded.
Chairman, this legislation provides a short-term rent subsidy for families, youth, as well as single adults experiencing a housing crisis, provides assistance with housing location, as well as maintain housing. So this was fully vetted in committee, and I ask for council support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0220, authorizing a contract with Child Care Resource Center of Cuyahoga County, doing business as Starting Point, in the amount not to exceed $1,200,000 for management, administration, and implementation of various supportive services for the Universal Pre-Kindergarten 2.0 program for the period August 1, 2017 through July 31, 2018.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
So this was also heard in committee, and we all support this in order to go forward with Universal Pre-K 2.0.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0221, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1500-310 with Maximus Human Services Incorporated for the Work Experience Program for work required public assistance recipients for the period January 1, 2016 through December 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,300,000.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
Chairman, this is self-explanatory. It was fully vetted by committee, and I ask for council support.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0222, authorizing a contract with United Way of Greater Cleveland in the amount not to exceed $1,095,450 for fiscal agent services for emergency food purchases for Cuyahoga County residents for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2018.
Second.
Been moved and seconded.
This legislation assists the residents here in Cuyahoga County that are in need of emergency food, but it's also a true partnership between Hunger Network, United Way of Cleveland, as well as Cleveland Food Bank. So they all now make site visits together, which is a true partnership to make sure each site maintains the food properly. So I ask for council support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0223, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1500-128 with Catholic Charities Corporation for various services for Ohio Works First and disability financial assistance recipients with barriers to employment and the Comprehensive Case Management and Employment Program for the period July 1, 2015 through December 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,147,083.97.
Move to adopt.
Been moved and seconded.
I would like to ask for my name to be added. This is also was fully vetted by committee, and I ask for council support.
Add Councilman Conwell's name, please. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0224, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 16090 with these Centers for Families and Children for a Job Skills Center for Work Required Public Assistance Recipients and for job readiness, job search, job placement, and job retention services for the period July 1, 2016 through December 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,122,454.58.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
This was also self-explanatory. It was fully vetted in committee, and I ask for council support.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2017-0225, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 16091 with Verge Incorporated for job readiness, job search, job placement, and job retention services for Ohio Works First cash assistance and food stamp recipients for the period July 1, 2016 through December 31, 2017, to extend the time period to December 31, 2018, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $700,000.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Also, self-explanatory, fully vetted in committee, and I ask for council support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted. Thank you, Councilwoman, for carrying such a heavy load in your committee. We appreciate it. Committee report and consideration of a resolution for second reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2017-0216, making an award on requisition number 40136 to Celex ES in the amount not to exceed $870,338 for the fixed automated license plate recognition project for the period December 1, 2017 through June 30, 2021.
At the request of Councilmember Gallagher, we're going to refer this back to Public Safety and Justice Affairs Committee. All right. Miscellaneous committee reports.
Mr. President,
Yes.
My colleagues, Finance and Budget will meet at its regularly scheduled time slot on Monday, December 4th at 1 p.m. to hear the 3 resolutions that were referred tonight. And also, the Transportation Subcommittee will meet this Thursday, November 30th at 1 p.m. We're going to be starting to consider the committee's final report, and the committee's last meeting will be 2 weeks later on December 14th.
All right. Councilman?
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Works Procurement and Contracting Committee will meet at its regularly scheduled time on Wednesday, December 6th at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Mr. President, Safety, Tuesday, 1 o'clock, and we'll move 0216 properly out for the next meeting.
Thank you.
Health and Human Services, Wednesday, December 6th, regular time at 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
Human Resources Appointment and Equity will meet at its regular time, December 5th at 10 o'clock.
All right. Any miscellaneous business before this council? Any public comment unrelated to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. President. Rico Dancy.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I appoint a deputy attorney to appeal something. My attorney got some information from the Board of Election. Some information. We're going to be sending. We are going to subpoena a council person for doing wrong activity. Okay. I went to D.C. I will appoint a attorney, a deputy attorney. I appointed her last week. When I got, I told her I want her to take over a case. Gave her all the information. She subpoenaed the Board of Election, and she got what you wanted. Okay. I don't understand when people pay people under the table to knock them off the ballot. That's what she got. She got everything she wanted, everything she got. And I told her to do everything in her power to prosecute that person. And what she's going to do, she was going to make sure that person is going to be prosecuted to the fullest. Okay? And I will be leaving at the end of the year, going to D.C., and when she got her, when I gave her the paperwork, she went to the Board of Election, subpoenaed the Board of Election. The Board of Elections gave her everything she wanted. Now this case is going to trial. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
No, Mr. President.
All right. Well, if there's no other further business before the council, this meeting is adjourned.